about 15 minutes.
That's all right.
Me hands will be serving some adult beverages.
What time do you have to do that?
Hey.
Anybody want to beat me inside of me hands? I want to beat me inside.
Okay. Anybody want to see T.I.? Anybody can be the city in NFL. Let's go, all together. I need to hear you. Hands in the air. Let's go. Let me hear it. Come on. Everybody.
Our picture went viral. Let me tell you to watch out.
We got one horse in this now right here. Hey, shout out to all my young fans right here. Shout out to all my young.
Hey, I know that.
That's Julio Jones gonna be right here. It's right, bro. It's right here. Look, that's what I'm talking about now. I raised his hand and said, him, my son, that's Julio. Let's go. Who is the most loyal Atlanta quarterback out here? If you think we got the baddest cheerleaders in all the NFL, fellas, make some noise for our cheerleaders. Make some noise. Come on.
back here live on Facebook with you, covering this Rise Up rally. We have views from the sky and on the ground of the super send-off today. From Sky Fox 5, we just saw Dan Quinn leaving the building, getting on to the bus. Seems to be one of the last people getting aboard. There's 5 separate buses. They're all going to be headed to the airport. That's the final destination. First, though, they have an important pit stop, and that is in Atlantic Station. That's where so many people, hundreds and hundreds at least, have gathered to say farewell, good luck to their hometown heroes. They've been gathering for a few hours now, and this crowd, all ages. We're talking about families, we're talking about lifelong Falcons fans who have just been waiting for this moment since 88? They've been waiting for quite some time now. The thing about sports here in Atlanta, it's been a long time coming. They've waited, 2 decades for another shot at the Super Bowl. Fans ready to rejoice, reveling in their team's accomplishments. We've been watching the players and the staff load up onto these buses. They're going to be heading out to Atlantic Station, and that's where they're going to be winding through the streets there. Atlantic Station being where one of the Falcons stores is. It sells official merchandise. So a lot of Falcons fans scooping up all that today as they go to show their support for this team, red and black. And on the ground there, we have some roving cameras, a couple crews, and showing Freddie the Falcon there on stage. See the Bird Lady. There's a DJ there. There's something for everyone. Games for the kiddos, all that kind of stuff. People, they're dressed in their Falcons best. A lot of them waving flags. Some wearing capes, waving towels in the air. And red and black, just the theme of this crowd. Sky Fox 5 monitoring the scene there in Flowery Branch, where the Falcons have spent this past week preparing for Super Bowl 51. This is the season's final road trip, right? So they'll head on those buses, and I assume we'll go 985 south to 85 and head to Midtown, where all their fans have gathered already, chanting, "Rise up, rise up." And this event in Atlantic Station, this pep rally, it runs until 3 o'clock. It features autographs, photo ops with former Falcons players, with the cheerleaders, with Freddie Falcon, Falcons drumline, and some giveaways happening there as well. So now it's just the waiting game. Always fun, right? We have 5 different buses, everyone gearing up, lots of luggage to stow away and getting situated there, and then they'll finally ship out and head towards that super send-off. And let's talk about that. On Friday, City Hall, wow, if it's going to be anything like that, we're talking thunderous. Everyone was screaming, chanting, dancing. Just the energy was electric there in City Hall. Imagining it's going to be quite the same, especially since everyone's already revved up, ready to welcome and send off their hometown team, ready to rise up. We have, you can see from Sky Fox 5, motorcade. They're going to be escorting them through the event, motorcycle team there. And can you imagine you're driving on the highway, minding your own business, you don't really know what's going on. You see all these buses and people honking and cheering them on. You know it's a big deal. A lot of people actually have gathered in Flowery Branch with signs to show their support there. Didn't head out to Midtown, just wanted to greet the team as they came out of the building, loaded up on the buses, show their support. A lot of people are going to be watching this team a week from today. We have a couple crews already headed to Houston right now. We're going to start our coverage of Super Bowl 51 tomorrow morning on Good Day Atlanta, starting at 5 o'clock in the morning, and bring you live reports and all our shows all week long. Make sure you follow all our social platforms too, not just here on Facebook, but Twitter and YouTube. We're going to be posting updates, Instagram too, posting updates as the week goes on and show you all the sights and the sounds, everything that's happening leading up to that big game against the New England Patriots in Houston on Sunday. 6:30 is the kickoff, but our coverage here on Fox 5 is going to be starting at 11 o'clock in the morning. So a lot to look forward to, but for Falcons fans, again, a long time coming. I was talking earlier about one of my photographer friends who wore a shirt as he headed out to Houston from the last time the Falcons made it to the Super Bowl, and thinks it's his lucky charm this time around. We'll see about that. I know a lot of fans are superstitious, have their own special things they do. K-Rod, Ken Rodriguez, he wears his red sneakers. That seemed to work the past couple games. Worked really well, in fact, so I'm sure he'll be wearing those red sneakers as he heads to Houston and covers everything there. All right. Right now, the bus is taking off, guys, from Flowery Branch. You can see the first of 5 going to be making their way to Atlanta's Midtown. You can see a fire truck there. A little send-off. So about half an hour, I think. I've made the ride from Flowery Branch before down to the city. Probably take about half an hour or so. Look at that line of well-wishers. That's what I'm talking about. All those people, they're holding signs. You know they're going to be cheering. You know they're screaming right now, even though we can't hear them, as those buses take off slowly, headed to Atlanta's Midtown, Atlantic Station, and eventually the Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport, where the players and staff and everyone actually with the organization is going to the Super Bowl. Wow, look at them waving those flags, signs in the air. You can see the excitement. Jumping in the air. That's great. Everyone in red and black. So excited to send their team off. Of course, they've been practicing here in Flowery Branch the whole season, and this past week focused on Sunday. There we go. So they're probably going to go 985, head to I-85 South. They're being escorted by police to Atlantic Station. We have several cameras there at Atlantic Station. We'll be bringing you the sights and the sounds during this Facebook Live broadcast. So glad you're here with us. If you can't be there, right? Glad you're sticking with us. So buses are on the way, heading out. You can see them right there, Sky Fox 5. And we've been monitoring the situation at Atlantic Station. This morning, not a soul. We were there, and in the last few hours, fan upon fan, families just filling up that area, wearing red and black, showing their spirit with flags. They're already screaming. Imagine once those buses pull up. Come on. So I mentioned not just the players and coaching staff heading to Houston. The entire Falcons organization on that bus is 500 employees. They're riding along too. They're going to end at Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport, board planes to Houston. Delta's flying them there. And Delta, we've learned, adding 6 additional flights from Atlanta to Houston Friday for the lucky fans heading to the big game, and also returning to Atlanta, some extra flights as well. And as for Houston, they're in hyperdrive right now, have countdown clocks around the city. NRG Stadium, preps, getting spiffed up for the big game. So we've been monitoring the progress. They're making their way. All the buses have left. Start point in Flowery Branch. They're going to head to Atlanta's Midtown, Atlantic Station. The energy. Oh, look at that. Falcons flags flying. Love it. How are you guys showing your spirit? Those at home, share with us. Tell us on our Facebook Live feed. How are you preparing for the big game a week from today? Any special rituals you guys do, or you spend it with family? Who do you watch the game with? Who do you watch the Super Bowl with? How excited are you that the Falcons are going to the Super Bowl, going to be facing off with the New England Patriots? It's going to be a big game. And a lot of talented people we're talking about. Julio Jones, he's really been a star this year. He was injured the last game, still pulled through, pushed through. Matt Ryan, of course, Matty Ice, always great. Buses still making their way. It's going to be quite a bit, half an hour or so, but they're already rocking. They're in Midtown. Freddie the Falcon up there on stage. We saw the Bird Lady. There's a DJ pumping out jams to the big crowd. Lots of games for the kids there too. Some great people watching. I went out to breakfast earlier today at Homegrown here in Atlanta, in between shows, and so many people were in town. They were heading to this rally and they were just dressed to the nines in their Falcons gear. It was great. Everybody, all ages, in red and black. So it's really kind of neat how sports brings a community, a city, a state together. Look at those guys passing the football. It's great. And this is wonderful weather for this today as well. A little chilly, but no rain. We were worried about that. Great weather for this send-off, this super send-off for the Falcons, officially dubbed the Rise Up Rally, happening now. I'm wondering if this crowd has been told that the buses have taken off, or they have any idea in just about a half an hour's time that they'll be rolling through and they'll get to see their favorite players before they get on the plane and head to Houston. So, and you have to wonder too how the players are feeling. How are they feeling right now? This is big. Sky Fox 5 continuing live over those buses, all in a row, escorted by police. They're heading on 985, gonna pop on 85 South and head down to all the crowds that are waiting just for them. Mayor Kasim Reed is expected to speak as well at this rally, and he, of course, has promised to host the biggest parade in the history of the city if the Falcons beat the New England Patriots. I'm not sure if he's already contacted Boston Mayor Marty Walsh to make a wager or not, but I can tell you that Reed won 2 bets with the mayors of the last 2 teams the Falcons defeated, Seattle and Green Bay. Loser, by the way, had to fly the winning team's flag at City Hall. That's really a bummer, huh? So the team buses are on the way. This is the season's final road trip, the beginning of the season's final road trip to Houston, to Super Bowl 51. And the players, they aren't the only ones on the road right now. We have crews headed to Houston. They shipped out this morning. Very excited, and I'm sure, hopefully well rested. They're going to have a big week ahead of them covering all the celebrations, happenings in Houston to prepare for this big game that will be airing, by the way, on Fox 5. We'll be having it that day. Our coverage beginning at 11 o'clock on February 5th. Kickoff 6:30. We've been counting down to kickoff, guys. A week to go right now. So a lot of anticipation, a lot of excitement, and Falcons Nation showing that. They've really shown up to show this team how much they care, how excited they are. They want everyone to rise up, show their support. Already they've been chanting in the crowd, screaming, waving flags. Many made their own signs at home, brought them here to this special event. Sure to be a thunderous greeting for the team. Atlantic Station, they were preparing for a few thousand fans, and it looks like they may have got the crowd they prepared for. Former players are there. They're going to be signing some autographs, taking some pictures. DJ Shockley, Ray Buchanan, Brian Finneran, they're going to be there. Cheerleaders be there as well. Freddie the Falcon, and we have a live DJ, music, games for children. Just a really memorable event, and really something Falcons Nation can all rally behind. at this point. I'm just going to let the video breathe for you and take a look for yourself as the 5 buses head to Atlantic Station, and I'll pick up our Facebook Live coverage in a couple minutes. Thanks for joining us.
Some noise on right now. Let's go. Are we gonna do it? Are we gonna do it? We're gonna do it. All right, we're gonna try to break the record. Right now. For the biggest mannequin challenge right now, we're gonna do it. Now, we've done this at the Dome. Are we gonna do it right now? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, here we go. 3.
Just a little bit. Now, I want to know, what are our scoring predictions for the Super Bowl? What do you think the score is going to be? What y'all think? Come on. Let me hear. I can browse to the number. Just a 1. 34 to 21. 35 to 11. Who said 45 to 11? You said they're going to be the worst in Green Bay? Wait. The score going to be 45 to nothing. Wow. Straight blowout. Hold on. I guarantee you I know who will be watching. ATL. Oh, yeah.
If you from Atlanta, make some noise. The turn-up is real, man. We done made it all the way to the Super Bowl. Make some noise for our Falcons. And you know, when we get Houston, what we gonna do? What we gonna do? What we gonna do? What we gonna do? It's going down, man. We've been waiting a long time for this, right? We've been waiting a long time. Boy, if you a Falcon fan from back in the Dirty Bird days, make some noise. You know what I'm saying? When it was Jamal Anderson was doing the Dirty Bird. When Mike Vick was running that thing all the way back.
Way back.
It's real serious out here, man. We want to thank y'all for coming out. Again, my name is Empress Cersei from V103. Shouts out to our sister station, 92.9 The Game. If you didn't know, you can always hear the games. If you can't watch it, you can hear it on 92.9 The Game, the Falcons and the Hawks. All the games that goes on, you can check them out on 92.9 The Game. But again, before I leave, what the Falcons gonna do? Peace.
One more time, give it up for Empress Cersei. Come on, right there. V103, the People Station. Come on.
Whoever it is. Do that dirty man. I need like 2 or 3 people to do it on stage. I need her on there. I need one from this side. I need one from this side. You said right here. You know, do it for me. Do it for me.
Falcons fans right here. Give it up for our Falcons fans right here. Come on. Hey, bro. I just want to let you know these turntables are big. We got a raffle right now. Got a raffle? Okay. Then I got my man. Then I got my man. My man Harper from 92.9 is here. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for 92.9 The Game. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Who we got? Who we got? Who we got? Come on.
Brandon Smith.
Brandon Smith. Brandon. That face. That boy Empress Cersei was on last night.
Brandon Smith.
Brandon Smith.
Everybody say cut it.
Next. Next person. Next person. See, you got to be present in order to win. Go to the cast.
You gotta be here. You gotta be here. We got a Mason. Mason Evans.
Mason Evans. You got to throw your hand up. We got to see you. If you're Mason Evans. Okay,
Mason
like
Evans.
4 people see you.
Everybody say one.
What happened to the eyebrows?
Yeah, that's missing.
What happened to that? Are you rolling over?
Welcome back to our live Facebook feed here. We've been monitoring the team, the Falcons, as they shipped out from Flowery Branch, now making their way closer to where this Rise Up rally is happening in Atlanta's Midtown. Atlantic Station, they just passed Jimmy Carter. You can see they're in the HOV lane right there, being escorted by police. We're talking about 5 buses in all. When the team first left, people were gathered there outside. They held signs. They were all wearing red and black, jumping up and down, cheering them on. And along the way, on the highway, people standing on the overpasses. They held signs. They waved towels, just really excited to send their team off to the Super Bowl. So very close now as the team makes their way to this super send-off, and so many people are waiting to welcome them there. They've been gathering for a few hours now. Everyone just dressed in their best Falcon gear. We have team t-shirts, people in red and black, wearing capes around their shoulders, face paint, waving flags, and we're talking about people of all ages, family, little babies. Saw some cute pictures there. We have a couple of roving photographers in that crowd catching all the excitement for you, so you can share this with us even if you aren't there at Atlantic Station. You have a good seat, the best seat, watching from your phone, your tablet, your computer right now, live on Facebook. And we're just, yeah, look at that, Jenga, people playing kind of pass the time until the team makes it there, because you have to remember this filled up fast. This morning on Good Day Atlanta, we had a camera there. No one was there at all, and now so filled with fans. So a lot of people came early to try and stake out their spot, and I'm assuming probably the person with the Jenga decided, hey, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to commit to this spot right here. In fact, I'm going to play a mean game. Oh, it just tumbled. Womp womp. So folks up on the stage, they've been entertaining the crowd, playing music, getting them pumped. Freddie the Falcon up there as well. At one point, they were yelling out to the crowd, asking for score predictions for Sunday's game. It's going to be a close one, I imagine. That's what so many people believe. What a matchup, the Falcons and the New England Patriots. So what's happening right now is this, these buses, 5 of them in all, carrying the team, the coaches. We saw Dan Quinn getting on board the first bus at the head of the pack there. And they're going to be heading to Atlantic Station, where that crowd is just going to go bonkers. If it was anything like the City Hall pep rally on Friday, where people, I mean, the noise, the response, just thunderous, right? It's going to be pretty remarkable, and should really put some pep in the team members' step as they head off and head onto the plane to get to Houston. So they're going to roll through Atlantic Station, get a hero's welcome. Fans, wow, they've really been waiting for this moment, something to look forward to. This last final road trip for the Falcons as they prepare for Super Bowl 51. They've spent the week at Flowery Ranch getting ready. Finally, the day has come where they're headed to Houston, got on their buses, loaded up their luggage. Now, just a couple hours away, and they'll be touching down in Houston, but of course not before they get a huge send-off, a super send-off from their fans. And it's been a long time coming. Falcons fans have waited almost 2 decades for another shot at the Super Bowl. They are ready to rejoice, and you can really see that just by the number of people who have come out to get a glimpse, because the team members, they're not getting off the bus. If it was anything like the last time, they're not going to get off the bus. They're just going to be driving by. But that's all that fans wanted to do, to show their support, show how excited, and just revel in this team's accomplishments. So headed to Houston, not just the players and the coaching staff, we've learned the entire Falcons organization, 500 employees, they're going to be riding along too. Delta's going to fly them there, And Delta also adding additional flights from Atlanta to Houston because so many people are headed to the Super Bowl to root on their hometown team. Houston already preparing, getting their stadium, NRG Stadium, fixed up, ready to go. Of course, the business is always great in Super Bowl. The thing about sports, right? It's just the way it can really unite a city. And we've seen that in the past couple of weeks. This whole theme of brotherhood, the Falcons' brothership, taking over the city. The Falcons have put Atlanta at the center of the sports world. So they clinched the NFC title, now looking forward, trying to attain the Lombardi Trophy, hoping to bring it home to Atlanta. And Atlanta's mayor, by the way, promising if that happens, didn't want to, jinx anything, but promised that Atlanta will host the biggest parade in the history of the city if the Falcons beat the New England Patriots. That's a promise. Mayor Reed is expected to be speaking at this Rise Up rally. We haven't seen him yet, but of course we're still waiting for the team at this point. So it's just an exciting time for the city, an exciting time for the state of Georgia. All eyes on the Falcons. We're so glad you're joining us right now for this Facebook live feed as we monitor the team's progress from Flowery Branch to Atlantic Station. From there, they're going to be headed to the airport, board a plane, next stop, Houston. 1 week to go. They're not the only ones headed there. Our Fox 5 team, we have a lot of crews headed that way. Right now, they're on the highway headed there. They'll be starting their special broadcast tomorrow on Fox 5 on Good Day Atlanta, starting at 5 o'clock in the morning. Will be lasting all week long. We'll be bringing you live coverage there in Houston and also on all our social media platforms, not just here on Facebook, but go ahead and follow us on Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram as well for kind of a behind-the-scenes look at what our crews are seeing in Houston. It's really neat, the kind of access social media gives you to things you don't normally see on TV. So we appreciate you following us. And Sky Fox 5 monitoring the team's progress from above. They went from 985 south from Flowery Branch down to 85 south. And no traffic to speak of. They're headed that way. They'll be at Atlantic Station soon. That's a familiar overpass. They're getting closer and closer right now. Meantime, the crowd, they're still there. And they've had plenty of entertainment. We've had a DJ, some games for the kiddos, and also some former players. Falcons players DJ Shockley, Ray Buchanan, Brian Finneran, we're told, all there, signing autographs, taking pictures. The Falcons cheerleaders. Freddie the Falcon, I saw Bird Lady up there on the stage at one point. And just a lot of energy. People watching on a day like this, that's really incredible. And everyone is in a good mood because this is a huge moment for sports history here in Atlanta. It's always nice to feel like you're a part of it. Look back and say, oh, I was there. Yes, I remember. So that's what's happening right now here. People getting the crowd pumped. I saw V103. Some of their DJs were there blasting music. They were doing the Dirty Bird dance earlier. And just people ready to cheer on their team, their hometown team. Flags. Look at that little guy getting a little selfie with his dad there. Falcons flags. People wearing capes, I saw. And smiles. So many people happy today. We got some great weather this Sunday, too. I was worried. Paul Milliken was in for the Fox 5 storm team earlier today, and he had mentioned something about possible showers. I'm so glad that that held off right now. It's a little cold out there, but hey, it is January, right? Almost February. So right now, it's just the waiting game as those 5 buses head towards Atlantic Station. Sky Fox 5 had to dip out on us and go and refuel. They've been up for quite some time following the team as they loaded up the buses with all that luggage, got on the buses, and eventually left. And they've been cheered on the entire way. Fans there in Flowery Branch, on the overpasses on the highway as they've made their way. And I'm sure drivers on the roadways, you know, guessing that it's Falcons, have beeped their horns, shown their support there on the roadways. The most incredible signs of support, though, I'm sure will be right here at Atlantic Station, where people have been gathering for hours now. So excited to be a part of something big for the city of Atlanta. You see that sign there, Rise Up. That's the name of this rally, the Rise Up Rally, a super send-off for the Falcons. I'm going to let this breathe for a little bit, let you enjoy the sights and the sounds so we can bring up the audio on that live camera. Thank you so much for joining us on this Facebook Live feed. Very special day here in the city of Atlanta. I'll be back with you shortly.
To the stage, our very own. You heard him on Friday during his rally at City Hall. Make some noise for all men, the people's man. Man, for some noise. That's right. God bless you, everybody. That's right. God bless America. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Atlanta. No other place to be. We're about to go see our very young players right here as they make their way to Hartsville. Jackson Airport. Come on.
Caitlin Pratt with Fox 5 joining you once again, and the big moment is here, guys. Let's share these images with you as these 5 buses make their way through Atlantic Station, happening right now. We noticed just a sudden shift in the crowd. Their energy really spiked up. People waving their flags, jumping up and down with their signs.
Oh, I'm sorry, Matt.
They've been waiting there for some time for these buses, and they're now at a slow crawl. They got off the interstate from I-85,
Hold on.
heading down the street now.
Stand by, Billy.
Police just clearing the roadways a short time ago. Crowd now on the sides, either side of the street, and you can see those buses just slowly making their way there. The players on board. Imagine that, being on the buses, looking out the window, seeing all these people all here to wish you well, to say thank you, good luck, we're rooting for you. Everyone here is dressed in black and red, waving flags, they're holding signs. Family here. Saw little boys and girls with their team shirts on, some of them perched on their father's shoulders. And look at that from Sky Fox 5. You get a real sense of how many people have poured into Atlanta's Midtown, Atlantic Station, right now. The buses going at a crawl.
I'm sorry. Thank you for trying. I appreciate
Look at this. Cheerleaders,
it. Yep.
the drum line right there.
We still have
Freddie
Chopper
Falcon,
Go ahead.
can see from Sky Fox 5. And look at that crowd, so deep there on either side of the roadway. People always say a sea of red and black, and it sounds so cliche, but it really is right now a sea of red and black here at Atlantic Station. These 5 buses making their way from Flowery Branch down here. Next stop, the airport. And after that, Houston, Super Bowl 51. Just the past couple of hours, so many people have poured into this area. Atlantic Station, they were preparing for a couple thousand. It looks like they just may have received the crowd they were looking forward to. On board those buses, the players, Falcons coaches, staff. Just imagine how they're feeling seeing this show of support. Atlanta is so ready for this. It's been a long time coming, right? Fans have waited almost 2 decades for another shot at the Super Bowl, and they're getting it. 1 week from today, big face-off with New England Patriots.
It's gonna break up.
Fans are so ready to rejoice. They are reveling in the team's accomplishments.
But your shot is still gone.
Look at that show going on right now. Cheerleaders, the drum line, escorted there by police officers, those 5 buses. You can see just the flags billowing in the breeze, people jumping up and down the side of the streets.
Billy, your shot's live.
Freddie the Falcon dancing it up. This is exciting. Hey, if you can't be there live in person, right? This is the next best thing.
People are jumping in front of you.
We're showing you images from Sky Fox 5, who had perfect timing, by the way. Had to go and refuel and get back to Atlantic Station to show you these images. Great hustle. Really shows the energy
Stand by, Billy. Stand by, Billy.
of Falcons Nation
Your shot's
right
live,
now.
Billy. Thank you.
We have some crews on the ground as well, taking in the sights and the sounds. You're looking at one of them right now from one of our photographer's lenses as the cheerleaders pass. Freddie the Falcon.
Looks
This
great, Billy.
crowd is just
Stand
revved
by, Billy. You're still
up.
live.
Earlier, in the last 15 minutes or so, Mayor Kasim Reed was up on the podium and led the crowd in chants, rise up, rise up. Kept chanting Super Bowl, Super Bowl. That's the next stop for this team. From here, they'll head to the airport, board planes for Houston, and then prepare for Sunday's
Alright, Billy,
game
I'm going
a
back
week
to
from
Chopper,
today.
Going back to Chopper. Billy, you're clear. You're clear. You may move.
Buses rounding that first corner there. And this crowd, wow, they have really filled up this area. Huge show of support here in Atlanta for these hometown heroes. This is great. They clinched the NFC title, hoping to bring the Lombardi Trophy here back home next week. And if they do, you can bet a scene even more electric than this will be playing out in the streets of Atlanta. Mayor Reed promising to have a parade, the biggest one Atlanta's ever seen, if the Falcons win the Super Bowl. Right now, though, no jinxing, just trying to send them off with some good energy. You can see shaking hands there with the crowd.
Almost completely gone.
Everyone just in red and black, so excited. Falcons gear.
I'm gonna stick with Chopper.
Police clearing the roadway just a short time ago. This whole area, though, just swamped with fans. Just a real show of support for the Falcons. They took off from Flowery Branch, and supporters, they were there too. They had signs out, jumping up in the air as those buses rolled out after all the team members had loaded up the buses with their luggage. Look at that. Drumline just entertaining the crowd right now. Atlantic Station is an area where the Falcons have a store, and I'm sure so many people purchased some Super Bowl merchandise. This is the first time in a long time for fans, almost 2 decades, for this shot at the Super Bowl. Fans are ready. They want to make sure that their team knows how excited they are, reveling in their accomplishment. So they send them off. This is the Rise Up Rally. That's the official name, a super send-off for the Falcons. And we have some crews there on the ground. They're gathering images, and they're going to be showing you what they saw, who they spoke with at Fox 5 at 6 o'clock. But for now, we're just bringing you these images live on Facebook. Thanks for sticking with us. So glad you're joining us. Really an exciting time to be here in the city of Atlanta and in Georgia. A lot of pride for this team, the Falcons, as they head to Houston to take on the New England Patriots. Not just the players and the coaching staff are going, we've learned that the entire Falcons organization heading there as well. They'll be all heading to Hartsfield-Jackson, boarding a plane to Houston, and Delta is going to be flying them there. The Atlanta-based carrier, they're adding additional flights from Atlanta to Houston on Friday, and then returning flights as well. So many people just wanting to support their team in person too, purchasing tickets to the Super Bowl there in Houston at the NRG Stadium, which they're putting the finishing touches on their preparations for these two teams. Big game, big time for their city too. You can see those buses, they're still moving through.
Alright, you guys.
People waving flags.
Pretty sure that I'm not gonna be
Can't hear from Sky Fox 5, but can you just imagine
I think we can do that.
this crowd? If it was anything like the rally at City Hall on Friday in Atlanta, thunderous would be a great way to describe it. You see Freddie Falcon there.
I want to say, so I'm gonna end this conference call. Hopefully y'all can hear me. I don't know.
As the buses slowly make their way through Atlantic Station, and that crowd of energetic, excited, proud fans. It's a great time to be a Falcons fan, isn't it? Next stop from here, they're heading to the airport. Be heading down the highway south. And I imagine we'll see lots of people on overpasses, just like we saw on the way down from Flowery Branch, waving them on, cheering them on. This, though, has to be the best part of the trip, to get on that plane. What energy. This is a real show of support for this hometown team, for sure. So what's next? They're gonna head to the airport, and they're gonna board a plane, head to Houston. Our team already headed that way as well. Our coverage of the special events in Houston, it's going to start tomorrow morning on Good Day Atlanta, 5 o'clock in the morning. We'll start some live reports. Buck Lanford, our anchor, he's there, headed out this morning. And we're going to be bringing you live reports throughout the week. And be sure, too, to follow all our social media outlets, platforms. I love Facebook, especially for the live feature, but go ahead and follow us on Instagram as well, Twitter, our YouTube channel. Stay connected whenever. Hey, if you couldn't be at the Rise Up rally, right? What better way to really get a sense of what's going on and just the energy and the excitement from Falcons fans. So look at that. Sky Fox 5 over the scene showing this crowd that just waved. The players, they didn't get out of the buses. They were on there, did a slow ride through, and now they're going to be heading back on the highway and headed to that airport. You can see Rise Up, big letters there on the greenery at Atlantic Station. They had prepared for thousands of people, and it looks like they got the crowd that they did expect, which is terrific. Just a real show of support for this hometown team. And those buses, there they are, heading back on the highway by police escort towards the connector. They'll be heading down to the airport and again boarding a Delta plane headed to Houston. I've never been to Houston. I don't know how long that flight is. But next time they hit the ground, they'll be getting off and preparing this week for a big game. So Houston's preparing for them, and we're preparing here at Fox 5 for our coverage. Our special coverage begins on Super Bowl Sunday. That's February 5th. Starts in the morning at 11 o'clock. Kickoff, of course, not till 6:30 at night, but we're going to be bringing you all the celebrations, coverage all week long from Houston. Very exciting time. So there you go. You're seeing it live playing out right now. Bus is heading on to the connector. They'll head to the airport. Players and staff aboard. They'll be getting onto an airplane and heading to Houston. I'm going to let this breathe for a little bit. Thanks so much for joining us here on this Facebook Live special event.